Joe Biden, breaking news. Joe Biden says there's not going to be a nuclear war. So you can take that to the... Oh, wait a minute. What's that big mushroom cloud where the bank used to be? Anyway, happy the land these days that does not attract the attention of the unipolar hyperpower in the 21st century. Some of the most rotten families in Washington, starting with the Bidens and Clintons, have their fingerprints all over Ukraine. But beyond the corruption, there's been a more general fecklessness in American policy. Here's John Mearsheimer speaking at the University of Chicago 7 years ago.
But I actually think that what's going on here is that the West is leading Ukraine down the primrose path. And the end result is that Ukraine is going to get wrecked.
Ukraine is going to get wrecked. Just to reiterate, Professor Mearsheimer was speaking 7 years ago. But if you're a peripheral startup nation on the fringe of the map, it's flattering to be seduced by the hyperpower, isn't it?
And of course, the Ukrainians are playing along with this. And the Ukrainians are almost completely unwilling to compromise with the Russians and instead want to pursue a hardline policy. Well, as I said to you before, if they do that, the end result is that their country is going to be wrecked. And what we're doing is, in effect, encouraging that outcome.
As I said, he said that 7 years ago. Well, there's more wreckage to come. Congressmen are tweeting about those no-fly zones over Ukraine that Boris Johnson ruled out today. So there's a few powerful Americans who think we can have nuclear powers shooting each other out of the sky. Washington think tankers, senior fellow at the Brookings Institute, the president of the Council on Foreign Relations, are demanding regime change in Russia. Because if there's one thing America does really well, it's regime change. Look at Libya, where regime change delivered all those Mediterranean ports into the hands of ISIS, who then used them for an unending migrant tide across to Italy and eventually to Folkestone and Dover. Or look at Afghanistan, where the Pentagon took 20 years to change the Taliban regime to a brand new Taliban regime, and then handed them more land than they'd ever controlled before.